everyone, welcome back to Our Teen Lives. Now I'm really sorry if I sound and look really tired. I've only just gotten out of bed and I have to be somewhere, and I was up till like 2 AM last night, and then I realised, oh, it's Thursday, I need to film a video. So let's see how quickly we can do this. Okay, so this week's theme on Our Teen Lives is story time. So I was thinking about this last night. What could I film? What could be interesting that I could talk about for a story time? Then I remembered over the summer, the start of the year, we went to this sort of rainforest in East Gippsland, and anyway, to see like this really old, like hundreds of year old tree called the Shirley tree, which is, so we had to walk through all this like dense sort of bush and to get to this tree. So we're walking along the path and it's all kind of good, and we kind of got told that there were leeches. So we brought a thing of salt because, we didn't know if there were going to be leeches or not. So we brought a thing of salt because they like moisture. So if you put salt in it, dries them out. So we took a thing of salt just in case. Anyway, then we're walking along, and then I kind of looked down at my jeans, and they're actually like these jeans I'm wearing right now. These are the leech jeans. And there's all these like little leeches just crawling on the leg of my jeans, and I just like scream because I don't want them in me sucking out my blood. So I just scream like, oh, this is why I brought my laptop. Oh, I forgot. So at the start of the year in English, we had to write a descriptive writing piece, and I wrote it on here so I could read that out to you. Anyway, so then I just like scream, and I look down and there's all these leeches. So my dad comes over and he starts pulling them off because I just didn't want to touch them. And I'm like, thank you so much. Anyway, we keep going, and I'm like just looking around, making sure there's no leeches in there. There's a few more of them, and I kind of pull them off myself. And then we kind of stop for a minute, I don't know. And then I look down, and I'm with Esther, who is one of my really good friends. She's kind of like my stepsister. I don't know how to like, Anyway, then I looked down at her wrist, like, because we had like these, I had my pink raincoat on, and then Esther had like this plastic yellow raincoat on. And I look in the sleeve, and there's all like this red stuff in the inside of the sleeve. And I'm like, Esther, look at your sleeve. And it's blood. So she pulls back her sleeve, and there's just like this leech like sucking into her. There's blood everywhere. So she like pulls it off. By this time I'm like crying and screaming. So then now Esther's screaming and crying. Then my little sister's fine. She doesn't really know what's going on. Then she like works out we're screaming and crying. So she decides to scream and cry. So then we've got my dad and Esther's mum. We're all just like, the three of us girls, we're just like screaming and crying, and like we're just trying to find this tree. And I'm like, let's just go back, I don't want to be here anymore. I didn't get bitten myself. And we're going back, and then like Esther's in front of me. She kind of turns around, and then there's this leech attached to her neck, and you can see it's like moving and like sucking on her neck. And I'm like, Esther, 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 and she looks, and she like touches it, and then she finds it, and she just screams and just like pulls it, and it just doesn't come off. And like there's like this black thing attached to her neck. It's just pulling it off, and then I don't know if she got it off or not. I can't remember. I think her mum might have ended up getting it off for her, but oh my god. So we're just like trying to get back to the car. We're still like covered in leeches. There's leeches like all over us, little ones like that. They can't get through our clothes though. And get in the car and go home. Oh my god, it's so funny, so scary. I never want to relive that experience. So we had to write a descriptive writing piece. I'll read it to you. The rain droplets splashed silently down over the lush, dense rainforest. Esther held the black umbrella over my head and my younger sister's, to stop the water droplets from falling on us. We had driven up a steep mountain for hours to see this magnificent forest in East Gippsland. Mist fell over us like a sheet. We walked slowly along a damp path covered by wet bark and long green grass. Surrounding us were trees, the trees that were as tall as giants. The branches danced in the light breeze that washed over us. A narrow path was to the right, and it called for us to wander down. The damp forest floor lay beneath our feet as we swiftly made our way along to find one of the tallest trees in this gorgeous green forest. The droplets of rainwater danced through the thickness of the tangled branches and the leafy ferns as we made our way through the tangled path as we crept closer and closer to the tree. This is when I saw them, 3 fat, long, black leeches wriggling down the leg of my jeans. I didn't know what to do, so I let out a blood-curdling scream. What happened? Esther turned around from in front to me to see what the scream was about. I was about to show her the leeches invading my body when I saw the red blood dripping from her hand like a tap that had been left slightly on. Sorry if that's too graphic. She tilted her neck to where my eyes were staring. That's when we both lost it. We screamed louder than a steam engine. Everyone's eyes were now plastered on our teary, frightened faces. The rain continued to pour over us like a cloth of wetness, blending the rain and our tears together. We kept walking down the winding, overgrown path to find the tree. This is just like my practice one because we had to handwrite it in class. So that's all I've got written there. So hopefully that gives you more of like a in-depth insight, like whatever. More of a description of what actually happened. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to Our Teen Lives and my channel, Bella Jane. And I'll see you all next Thursday. Bye!